Hello, hello, beautiful souls of this community. How are you doing? Wow, it's been a while since I've been around here and had some of this live interaction with you. Hopefully, you're all doing well. As you may know, and if you don't, I will remind you, my name is Lori, and I am here. I'm your self-care specialist, teaching you tools for self-healing and self-empowerment so you can get your health on your track where you want to go when you are ready to go there. So today's video, before I get into it, definitely say hi, hello if you're here viewing. I love to see who is watching, and let me know where you're viewing from because I know we have people from all around the world, so it's always nice to see where that little sprinkles of people come in where we connect with you. And so today I just want to do a little check-in and see how are you doing mid-season. Wherever you are in the world, we are mid, right? We just passed the midpoint of our year and we are now into August. So if you're in the southern hemisphere, you're into really midwinter, and if you're in northern hemisphere, you're really into midsummer. So how are you feeling with the season? Now you've been already transitioning through, you're in the middle of the season. I'm really curious, how are you feeling? Are you noticing anything in your body? Do you have lots of energy? Do you have a low energy? This kind of seasonal space, where are you at and how are you feeling? I'm just curious in general how people feel. I, for myself personally, notice that usually the month of July is emotionally really a roller coaster for me. I feel really excited about the summer and I really love it. And also July is my birthday, but I get really high and then I can drop really low, I think, because of the emotional aspect of or energies that are in the month of July. And in August, or as we shift also astrologically into the sign of Leo, I feel a shift in my space and I'm feeling it already. And now we have a full moon as well at the beginning of August, and I feel quite invigorated and charged and ready to move forward. And I know, like I say, it's also seasonally, there's many factors. So I'm quite curious how you feel. You can let me know in the comments. You're also welcome to send me a private message if you prefer that. Because the way we feel affects the way we eat. It's quite natural, right? If we are feeling generally a low lethargic mood, low energy, not really wanting to do anything, it's going to affect what we want to put in our mouth. And cyclically, what we put in our mouth affects then how much energy we have, right? So, like I say, I'm just curious where you're at and how you're feeling. And you don't need to answer me at all as well. You can definitely take the time just to self-reflect for yourself and see, how am I feeling and what am I eating this season? What are the foods that I'm consuming? So, for example, like I mentioned in the title, for some sweet inspiration, I saw a post the other day, a friend who commented on like, oh, I wish it was Halloween already. I want to be drinking a warm cup of tea and I don't want to deal with the hot sun anymore. She likes the colder weather. And then someone had in her post written like, oh, just enjoy the sun and the popsicles and all the, the candy and the ice creams and all these different things, slushies and Slurpees, ice drinks. And I thought, oh my gosh, but basically like everything this person wrote in response was sugar packed and like artificial sugars. I was just like, oh, yeah, please enjoy the summer, but not with those things, right? I mean, to each their own. But if you are here watching this, I know that you obviously care about what you put in your mouth. So these things, I know in Canada, anyways, or North America, are common that we have in our diet, particularly in the summer months, these cold, sugary products that keep us going. What I strongly suggest is tapping into what is the natural food that is being grown right now in your region that you can enjoy. For example, I know even in Canada and where I'm living now in Lithuania, it's quite hot, far north, but we still can produce some fruits. So watermelon is really beautiful and in season. You may or may not already had cherries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. These are beautiful fruits that have sugar in them, taste sweet, and can be made into different types of desserts as well. Of course, you can have them just for snacking normally. They're really delicious to just have a handful of blueberries or have, a nice chunk of watermelon to have when it's really hot out. And it's rehydrating as well. All of these foods are rehydrating, which is what we want in the summer months. But you can also make all kinds of treats with them as well. So you can find different recipes that have, for blenders, mixing up things and making your own kind of popsicles or smoothie, yeah, popsicles or frozen treats. Blending up banana, for example, and freezing it can make a really creamy ice cream. And you can obviously add different kind of flavors in that. So that's already a base. Adding blueberry banana ice cream. These kinds of things we can do naturally and have a much better effect on our health, on our sugar levels, and our energy because it's natural sugars that are available. Of course, I'm not suggesting that you eat this all day, every day, but yes, consuming these natural sugars that are available for us right now in this time of the year, they are going to be the ones that we want to consume in these hot months. Like I say, plus they're hydrating us, which is good as opposed to all those other sugary things that really don't serve our body in any way. And just before I go, I wanted to show you also, there was a video I had posted before about a spruce tip syrup that I was making. I believe I did the video in June, so it was quite a while ago. And now this is August, so you can see what's happened here. It was sitting in my sun, and basically these pockets here where the spruce tips, the lights from my house are shining on there. That's where the spruce tips were lined up. The spruce tips are still there. They haven't disintegrated, but they have, the moisture has made the sugar to come into a syrup form. And I believe I have to do a little more research before I go farther ahead, but I can like kind of like boil this down or simmer it down and then I'll get a complete syrup. I was just kind of waiting it out on the counter to see how much would go on its own. And I had also at the time when I made that video, I had fir tips. So they're very similar, but the fir tips, they were put in the jar 1 day difference. So clearly the fir tips didn't have as much moisture in them, even though they're sitting on the same place in my counter. It's still working. It's just taking a little bit more time. And again, I think I might just leave this one for a little bit longer, but also see how things go. Maybe I'll also just kind of, um, I don't want to boil, but like boil it down. You heat it down basically to become just a syrup. And this is another natural, I mean, brown sugar is not something I promote or want to suggest that we are having on a regular basis, but this is quite a natural syrup in terms of having these spruce tips in here. We're infusing it basically with a lot of good vitamin C and other good nutrients. And this can be used strictly for medicine, for cough syrup, but it's not a horrible taste, although I've never properly tried it before, only just sampled a little bit of this syrup, what's here. And I'm sure it would taste different once this is all a liquid. But yes, you could also use this syrup in a substitute for on your pancakes, for example, instead of maple syrup. So it's quite exciting to have these different little options. And again, that something like that is really more of a treat. Having something like, for example, watermelon can be every day right now in the summer, not eating all day, but that's your sweet treat to enjoy that. And also if you have children, of course, it's good for kids because, like I say, these are the foods, the nutrients, the vitamins, the minerals that we need. It's going to curb that sweet tooth. If you're having the sugar cravings, have something natural that's sweet, and it's so much better for your body. It's in season. If you can get it locally from your farmer's market, even better, because you're supporting the local farmers. Of course, of course, of course, of course, I always promote organic. If you have that ability, get organic. It's better for the birds, better for the bees, better for the soil on our earth, better for your body as well, and for the farmers that don't have to handle these horrible chemicals. Yeah, so make your money count and make it investment for your body. Yeah, yes, yes, yes. I think that was everything I wanted to say today. Just short and sweet, just a little check-in. And hopefully you're all doing well and looking forward to being here again soon with you. And if you have any questions or any comments, you can write them in the chat below or send me a private message. You can also find me on YouTube just by searching my name, Lori Boss Furukawa, and you will find this video and other videos that I have made in the past before. And that's all for now. Take care and have a lovely start to your month. Thank you. Bye-bye.